Welcome one and all. This is Ed and L Unfiltered. I'm Ed and that's L. Welcome to another episode. Usually we all know, right? We touch on every and anything we there are. But I should say we all know say better for you get happy and fun conversation. We all like that. It's more, easy for talk and all man they enjoy for talk and we all can laugh and play and enjoy yourself while we do. But as a family, you all know not all things they go smooth. Sometimes you get bumps. These are one of the bumps that we don't get as a family, as in Sierra Leone family, right? Understand? So we think we need to touch on this and actually have a conversation. And unfortunately, it's really sad because this really affects all of us, directly or indirectly. If not so you also yourself, then now you neighbor in also, then now you neighbor in party also, now you party also somebody. So we think now we all business. As a country, as a people, we all need for somehow find some way for this fete. I should say how they talk, so probably you don't get an idea what I talk about already. Anyway, what you want to talk about today? The topic is drugs and its effect on our youth. Okay, so basically we all understand. We say drugs specifically, now this kush business, right? Because we don't get drugged in this country for movie small. We don't get about weed or jamba or something and the other small thing that we don't care. But it not ever don't affect this nation as much as this one don't do, right? Because this one almost like a pandemic kind of state today now. Like it's all over the place and people are dying and they destroy homes and families and friendships and relationships and all that stuff. So it's a big deal. So we really want to touch on this today. And as this family at NL, we not really want they more on the problems and the gumble because they're all over the place. We don't see people in the gumble all over the place. Then they gumble, then they point fingers, then they this, that. We don't want to do that. We too want to focus on really solutions now. Right? So we don't day already. Just like you for run our water, you may say I don't soak. You soak already, swim now. You understand? Get out. So we don't day already. So now we need for find way for come out span way 2 days already. So for if we find answers to this, because me not really know as much, man. Because I'm struggling. Every day this thing they wow me. Today, like honest to God, I mean tell L earlier on, where I do small research for this show, it make it depress me. It's miserable. So for EPWI, we find experts. You understand? People in way, somebody way that actually then they deal with waiting they happen. So that we can give you answers. Give you some kind, hopefully there's a light down the tunnel. So I goes, okay, this now so they happen now, but now how will they go now and hopefully now they reach. So for EPWI can talk today, we get Ansu Kone, we're now the director for mental health and psychosocial support services in the Ministry of Social Welfare. Okay. Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir.
Good evening.
All right.
Thank you.
So let me jump into this right away, man. I want to start from the beginning. How, even though yes, I've seen a solution, but at least let's get a background of how did we get to this point? Waiting happen.
A big question, Andy, really, because we're at a very difficult point. When they talk about drugs, kush mostly people talk about.
Yeah.
But when they talk about this whole problem they have, we refer to as drug and substance misuse. Because kush not a drug, but you get other substances. So when they affect young man, so that's what kush not may take. Somebody take multiple substances. Mm-hmm. Somebody take kush, right? You get jamba, you get tramadol. When on the drug side, they get substances. Would they forget about them lilimu? Would they forget about them bitakula and all the other one they do they produce? Mm-hmm. Look at they produce one day. So this is a serious problem in the country. But what's it not happen now for the past years? It don't take a different tool on young people. Because now, first time, like I talk, jamba, that is a natural herb. Right. You never see that kind of devastating effect on young people then, on the health. Now they see people that take kush, they see them big penna, and it damage their organs, on the health effect. Simply because kush is a synthetic drug. It is synthetic. Now, man, they make it. Mm-hmm. Now, we have some harsh chemicals when they use with different kinds in there, for produce kush. There are important chemicals in there. But they use formalin. Formalin, no say they use that for embalm diamond. Formalin is one chemical they use for produce kush. They combine other chemicals. Formalin, formalin.
Right. I don't.
Embalm body.
Right. So then they mix some.
Then they mix formalin, one of the chemicals and they use for produce kush. And if you see that they produce kush, you have to go well. But then they dress like Ebola. For collect Ebola victims.
Yes.
Now so they dress.
The PPE.
Yes, for produce kush. So you're gonna say there's a self for the producer. You're not saying that has chemicals, so you're not good for it. And then they take them away. So that means it damage the young people there. It damage them and it just finish them. The impact is just plenty. It's all kind of thing, health impact, social impact. In fact, now if something only happen, based on what we see, there are lots of safeguarding issues. Now young people don't get belly in the ticker. Just about young woman get belly, then na addict. So you can imagine what thing happen to that beginning. So it is not even about this current generation. It's also about future generations.
Correct.
Exactly. Very worrisome. That make the government, through a project, when a ministerial, multi-sectoral project, based on the pronouncement of His Excellency the President last year, August 2023, he declared at a cabinet meeting, say, all the sectors, ministry, departments, and agencies work together for fight this crucial so. So now that we don't trigger a response. So we don't establish a quick impact project. We make establish a rehab center as a starting point for beginning to address this problem here.
Okay. Elle, I don't know, you want to jump in?
No, it's so funny when you talk about Lelemu. I never even hear about Lelemu myself. I know Lelemu as the, the slogan and stuff. So who's one at Lelemu now?
Now alcoholic drinks them. Because they're drugs and substances.
Okay, so then you just say mixed.
Yes.
Whoa.
We get drugs and substances. In fact, some substances in themselves, when I Lelemu, alcoholic drinks them, then bitter cola. Some of them they don't even understand the alcoholic content.
Right.
Yes. What different one than them mama drink Papa Happy, different kind look at products with alcoholic drinks.
Okay.
They are not quality assured. People in the take them.
Okay.
Then tramadol, they take Pampers.
Right.
So,
Right.
Yes.
No, but Pampers water and everything again. Waiting and then waiting sweetie. Of course, Molly.
Tramadol.
They
So it's not only kush. Every kush it in different classes. You get the most dangerous one when they call like jagaban. You get Maggi. You get different ones. You get the mild one. You get the harsh one there. Of course, the effect on young people there. We see how they will know that the mild one I don't take, or the very serious ones there, and also get for the cost.
The price and everything.
The more serious effects it gets on young people and brain, because they get for the brain. And I make, of course, Emike Pasi as a mental health and psychosocial director are into this because it affects young people, the mental health.
Right.
That are one of the serious effects. You okay? You don't begin to take drugs. It affects you mentally. It affects the way you think. It affects your behavior. So that make now a very common for get drug-induced psychosis and other mental health conditions. And of course, the evidence day. Because most of the young people, over 70% of the young people, from 2002 to 2003, nearly 2000 or more, 70% of them would present at the KC Psychiatric Hospital for treatment, and they present with drug-induced psychosis. Very serious mental health issues. And they get their hallucinations and they talk to themselves and they draw the control them more or less.
Exactly. And the thing is, I see Boku video them wait and they ask, some of the victims and like, what's making they take harm. In other words, what they say is then they take them because they want to forget about their problems then they're not going to ask them for do. So they don't wait no more to forget high 24/7. You understand what I mean? And at the end of the day is, who said then they pull this money also as well?
That I mean, it's plenty. Because whatever problem you take drug now just for a while. When you don't come back to, the problem
is still there. Yeah.
Exactly.
So you continue for taking. And the problem with kush now, it is very addictive.
Yes.
That's the most addictive drug right now. Where you take you crave for taking more. So anytime that feeling they left you, they feel for taking more. So if you don't get money, that I mean it's
we're going to good sell.
So I just want to ask real quick. So you mentioned like different classes of this kush. So they're all equally as addictive or based on the potency you get one that way more addictive than, or even if you take the light one, you still get hooked.
Very addictive.
So regardless of which stage you still
generally very addictive. Okay. It's just based on the more serious one, it will make them reach that level where they call it if you high.
Okay.
It will make you reach the quicker.
Faster, okay.
But kush itself is very, very addictive.
And so you talk earlier about the woman that we say pregnant mothers. I actually also see this video, but one woman with a born in Pekin and then the pikin they act up. Of course, we doctor go check and then say get kush inside in system. So that maybe puzzle me because they think okay maybe cocaine, what they call flex, maybe now that they are not said to go through the vein, but kush because me understand for kush na plant where they add all these chemicals and everything else. You understand? So how will they affect the pikin as well?
No, but you know, the addiction, you know, it inside the blood.
Okay.
You know, all the chemical components there. And the belly man, and they more or less supply the pikin.
Correct.
So if you're an addict, it inside your system, definitely
Transfer to the pikin.
Yeah.
So when them born up pikin is a test like the positive.
Yeah,
Positive. Yeah. So now that make the pikin self they present with withdrawal symptoms. And when drug addicts when they withdraw, you know, the symptoms it can almost similar to where, you know, then they on high. So they can be violent, you know, they present different, so they can sleepy, they can't see this. But mostly they can be violent because when they don't get that craving for taking the drug, when they don't get access to one, they can vex when they become hungry. So it heightens the anxiety. So they vex. So we even see that evidence in the rehab center we would establish. You know, because one of the principles of the rehab center we did it, you know, the access to drugs. So the first few days,
right,
they were very angry.
Right.
So they even bust the roof.
Whoa.
The fence side for come up. Wow.
Of course, I mean, 50, but you know, nine end up for escape for the past weeks.
Really?
Yeah. So now that kind of level they can go where they don't get craving for taking the drug, we don't get access to them.
Okay.
So they can be very violent.
Okay. So another quick question. Concerning the rehab center you did talk about, because few days ago, a week ago, whatever, media he say them they can go see mental hospital or something. Yeah, right. So we don't use that anymore, right? Because I'm not thinking that the same kind of treatment, is it?
No, we still use them. I mean, keep it on there for a long time.
Okay.
Of course, again, on purpose. It is more of a clinical kind of center.
Okay.
Now for high level mental health conditions, addictions.
Okay.
Yeah. So we decided for categorize, you know, and the rehab center, it is more like a psychosocial kind of you know, place.
Okay.
So we're now like a low level. So now like assessing risk. So we get to the mental health continuum. So up there, now the specialist cases, where like you have mental health problem, like you have addiction problem, and are straight to kissing. But probably if you just don't start to take kush, you know, addiction, you know, don't go too far it, or you know, a newcomer into the game, automatically, you know, they refer you to the rehabilitation center. And I mean, even the one they get them penned at them, you know, they refer them for go seek medical force because now they care them at the rehab center. So now the low hanging fruits, the one way, you know, we know say get the probability for really be okay within a short period of time that they're caring in the huge numbers.
Okay.
Really in the huge
So
numbers.
maybe get the feeling, well, based on what you do, obviously we're not expert, these are just still people in the talk. Maybe kind of understand, like say, if you reach the point where you don't get the sores and the foot don't swell and all that stuff, you know they heal again. Is that's
No,
true?
it's
Or
possible if you seek medical attention in good time. But if you left sit on, you know, their sores and they develop into ulcers, definitely it infects, then it infects your blood, then they die.
so it can be reversed though. If you don't reach that point,
at an early stage, not like cancer.
Okay.
It can be reversed at an early stage. But don't let sit on till it by 10.
By the member.
Or very seriously, they also over 30 then go there.
Yeah.
Exactly. So outside then they able get all them people there. So because I understand, say even some of them not to even wound then go wound. Now when they don't take the kush, for example, like somebody who nobody we happen normally, then he actually for them. Outside banging, of course, and they die. Because you know, say then you understand what I mean? So they sleepy, yes, they say I from up the stall, whatever, where see na stony for them. That was it.
Yes. So they die, you know, from starvation. Because so then they even gets it for itself. I mean, most of them, you know, they're not healthy. You know, they're not get good nutrition. So now one big achievement, you know, with this first batch, we don't get a rehab center. Because they eat 3 times a day, then they get lunch, then they get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Within 6 weeks, they don't transform completely.
Okay.
Yeah. So in the next few days, we work on a discharge planning for discharge, then for prepare for the next batch.
Okay.
Because when you're at a rehab center, you get access, you know, to detoxification.
Right.
You get access to you know, various psychosocial interventions, counseling. We get then therapeutic sessions. And your drug addiction specialists with them. Of course, Dr. Jalo said, when the, psychiatric, inside the work with they get mental health nurses and so on and so forth. They get recreational facilities.
Okay.
So it is a safe place for they go really realize themselves, say, hey, come on, but this kind of life, why they live? It's not good enough.
But then the problem is that we didn't go down commodity. When I do any follow-up for make sure, say, they not even relapse again. Because like you say, then they live this life. But if they come back to the hard life, you understand? Things that go make them want for. Go back to, for forgetting problems. Because to them, that they take this for forgetting problems. Like what you clearly say, you wake up in the morning, problems today, they go away. So now you get any follow-up plan, at least for check on them, at least, make sure so much that then they keep up.
Yes, so that make, the model we use now, 3 R's, rehabilitation, recovery, and reintegration.
Okay.
So most of them don't reach the recovery stage, for the past weeks. So now they try for, part of them, they try planning, now for identifying their reintegration plan.
Okay.
And part of that plan, if you go well, it also impact on relapse. They get relapse prevention strategy.
Okay.
So we identify through the assessment what they do with them over the past weeks. So they get various skills then. Even last week, we go with somebody with a multimedia person. They don't identify a couple of talents. Someone they sing very well. Someone gets if I do some very nice a cappella then. I will share some names here.
Right, okay.
Someone interested in photography, someone interested in different things. So they explore the opportunities that they. So part of the discharge package now for see how we can deploy them at various locations, for being productive. Because that's the whole essence of it. There's some of them will go for you as champions. We go for the work in our communities.
Okay.
So they will be role models for the company.
Correct.
Now so we live for the past weeks.
Right.
But we're gonna try, change our life so that we will become, citizens. So definitely there's an integration aspect way towards the kind.
Okay. But my own issue now, right? Because of course I get a psychology background. Of course, that's you're a specialist. Now the idea of this bad aid, and then they beat them. You understand? Waiting. I mean, I don't understand.
No,
you feel say,
that's not good enough.
right? I don't think
we don't see that happen on social media. We don't check that out. It begin at Mesken, Godrich.
Okay.
Now it begin. Because we get informal rehab centers. People in the communities, we don't desire for, take their own actions at community level.
Okay.
Because to be honest, this thing is very overwhelming.
Right.
And government in one, we're not able to do this.
Right.
Yeah.
When are they see what's happening?
Correct.
So we don't check that out. We don't try to go sensitize them and say, then can't tell you when I do so, it gets human rights implications. It's not good enough. And also the best way for make somebody left the drug. Go beat somebody, it is abusive and it is against human rights. So government, they condemn that, but they still try to work with their partners then, for insurance, they set up standardized, they put mechanisms in place, for able to treat people right. Because, first, even rehab self, somebody get for doing voluntarily.
Correct.
If somebody takes a drug, you don't ever force her for left.
Yeah.
You have to find ways to convince them, men understand, say, this is not good enough for me.
So, speaking of the rehab again, just bring you back a little bit. What's the capacity though? How many people now they take at any point?
Well, we get a capacity of 150.
Okay.
But initially we start with 50. We'll not be going to go big, based on the capacity of the staff.
Okay.
We want to make sure, say, because it's a pilot project, we want to make sure, say, we'll learn lessons. We don't learn a lot.
Then I can go
so
bigger.
That once it's successful, we'll try for replicate them at regional level. Because kush also fits on the model.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Kush is all over. And there is no facility of this kind anytime in the country. We're very, very unfortunate. Because, all man about, the Kisi Hospital. We're not for mental health.
Right.
For a population of 8 million. Now the only facility that will get ever. 200 beds. You can imagine, and I say they try for. So once this project don't succeed, we don't begin, see already, we try for mobilize more resources from government and partners for see how we can replicate them at regional level.
So how are they able to get same people that's not going to go? Because the last time I remember where we made to get a conversation, you say we're not going to the slums them. Because the way you say the problem is all over them Boku. But how will I be able to get them 50 people there? So now you file from family and friends, from the government, or now una actually go and handpick some and realize the situation worse.
But I think a multi-agency project,
okay,
sectoral project.
Okay.
So they work with of course Ministry of Social Welfare. We work with Ministry of Health. We work with National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. We then have a statutory agency down there for address this. So then we work closely with communities. Of course, we work with the Ministry of Education and lots of other partners. So we all work together, of course, including the Ministry of Information. So then we then communities in there, hotspot communities, where we go, we do community engagement with us for 10 days before they establish the center. Then people know to establish the center for. So in fact, at some point, that issue is, me minister, Billy Hengati. But we'll get people left from that center.
Right.
You can't believe it. We identified 10 communities. The first community will go, Krube and Bome. We had over 300. Can you imagine?
300.
We had over 300 who registered. The first community will go, combine Krube and Bome. From the Golden Magazine Court, we go different side of work.
Jesus.
We go different side. Then Black Street, we went as far as Waterloo and then Silent.
Okay.
Waterloo for the rural area. So it is all over. They are in their thousands.
Okay.
They are in their thousands. In fact, that will make that community engagement an open eye to this problem more. Because we don't estimate, the number of young people they affect. They can't pen that they will see. Me, the first 2 days, I was on a wait.
I can imagine.
Yes. They can't pen that they will see. We never believe. Very serious matter. So, we don't try to see how we can escalate them, at presidential level, for them to really see the reality and treat them seriously. Like what Liberia don't do, 2 months ago, the president of Liberia don't declare kush as a public health emergency.
Yes.
Because they really, really want to treat it very seriously.
Yeah, because now the understanding we get as well, say, now from, Guinea to Liberia to Sierra Leone, so the kush waka.
Right.
You understand? So it's like, then, of course, then pick them up quick.
In the sub-region, any part of the country that we catch cold, always sneeze. You're
the catch cold. Definitely, yeah.
It's like Ebola.
Yeah.
It's like Ebola. And for them, they say they arrest some people with kush. Like Gambia, and Sierra Leoneans.
Gambia.
That's Sierra Leoneans. They identify them to be Sierra Leoneans. Of course, Liberia don't claim, say, Saloma and the kush inside.
Yeah.
Just go inside it.
That's why, yeah.
But now the president decides, okay, it's going to declare this as a public health emergency. So we said, I really, really hope, say, governments and partners will really, really, really do everything possible for treat this as
So in other words, this thing that salon it begin because the salon might tell the common denominator by this thing salon.
Salon we like for president.
No. But salon you say we put up
exactly. We just be nasty.
Pass mark. Now I don't pass mark.
God.
Now I don't pass mark. You see, that based on waiting we see, waiting happen, waiting the kind of social media and all that kind of thing in there. You see?
But you mentioned the National Drug Law Enforcement. I see something on social media where the head of say he not gets no way for fetch to kush, meaning he not get bikes, he not get no resources, like nothing absolutely. So in come out and say, how can we do it where we're not able to even move around? So then when I had not get nothing in place for fetches, what's the guys of people that go for?
That a challenge, where they affect, every government agency, and department, in terms of capacity. Right. The honest truth is, in terms of personnel logistics, mobility, even human resources, there's a lot of scarcity, and even financial resources. Right. But one of the things I remember, because for this project to be sustainable, definitely there has to be resources. So I make, the day with the launch time on the 22nd, of course, you were there.
Right.
Yes, where, the president for the launch time, but the chief minister launch time. He appealed to partners. We invite a lot of partners. UN agencies, World Bank, African Development Bank, they've all been leading. So the chief minister began to appeal to them and say, this is where we are. With the encouragement for provide resources to the relevant agencies for able to fit this fit. And that's the reality. Because until we're able to resource, the relevant partners, it's going to be very challenging.
Very,
very challenging.
Oh man, it's really, really crazy.
So
I hope
they really need to come on board. Partners they need to come on board for really pour some resources because federal is not easy. The other side will take that the supply chain.
Okay, so I want you to hold that thought for a second.
Right.
Okay, we'll get back to that in a second.
Fine.
Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We took a little break just now, so don't come back, okay? As you know, before we take a break, we talk on this kush business and how much problems and how, like, for me, A1 bambos, like, the thing like, it's like unbelievable. I just think as soon as I go there, like, totally, you know, I don't know. Anyway, just before we go on the break, we just want to touch on supply. We all know, say, this thing, that it must come out on site. Right, them about them or the TT them or we fumble them where they get this thing. No, they just sit on our host somewhere happy. Then they pull on somewhere. Right. So when we touch on that as well, because obviously if you want to try to fix the problem, not so just for men, the people every day. If you want then still they get and they all that stuff, then we need to do nothing. Now treadmill go there, we just stay on one place. So we get for fix that. So Antu, you've been just want to touch on that before we go on the break. So let's jump into that one. Supply.
Yeah, I mean, just like I say, you know, this multi-sectoral project, you know, we do your parts to address the social impacts and, you know, rehab sites, provide psychosocial support to the victims. But the main concern is whatever you do, if them people then get to go back in the community, then we'll get access to them drugs again, or the drug accessible, it will be the vicious cycle. So that make we get the drug law enforcement agencies, you know, Ministry of Internal Affairs, or police and military, just to get your part for play. So they really expect all man for play in your part well, because the drug is still out of the country, young people they still get access to them, more or less than the chemicals in the camp, and the chemicals in the country.
Okay.
Added to the one that we did, because they also locally produce them.
Locally produce the chemicals.
The kush.
Or the kush.
The kush.
Okay.
But then they use chemicals.
Right.
They're chemicals in the camp. Then they use them for locally producer. But of course, even formalin, one of the most common ones is in a camel camp and people with the keeper. So all the actors in there were very worried about it. And the understanding what they get, of course, they're expensive chemicals in the wire. So there must be, you know, allegedly behind the supply.
Okay.
So they really encourage the law enforcers to be very vigilant, because until cut off that supply chain, it will be very difficult for them to manage or address this drug thing. Also. Because now that make the young man even go to a graveyard and dig grave there.
Yes. Oh yes, that's the other thing on the.
Now that bone them man, so they crush the bone because the bone get formalin. So they crush the bone and mix all other chemicals there and use that and smoke the kush. But sometimes they don't go pull their own family in a grave because of, you know, the bone. Diamond don't get value that's another again. Suppose we die now, make sure say they go bury you precise and secure side.
So with this, waiting at the effect, waiting this formalin, waiting they add to, waiting in the bring to this setup. Waiting at your effect.
Now the makeup of it. So they mix out all that thing, they don't say no more. So then get it in the mix, them different kind other things.
No, because waiting me the struggle with, right? Because dandy nine you said they use for embalm body.
For embalm body, yes.
Right. So based on your own obviously research and all that now, where you consume dandy as you know to die man now, you there awake or you know you there alive, you consume them through this the weed where you don't add and pine and all that stuff. Waiting in the do now, waiting at your own effects now, because the high end thing, then what does it do now?
Yeah,
in the make you waiting.
Chemical effects.
It'll make you high.
What's interesting about anything in it? You know, what's that man in the pool and knowledge then?
That's the
Who
thing.
comes up with something like that? Who that is to do is say, you know, it's happening.
No, a this and that. Exactly.
You want to ask questions
get to
also
that?
about Pampers. How people remember?
I remember say Pampers.
Who that's the beginning? Who that first don't go take Pampers is Soka or Buelam or whatever.
When he says the drink and say, yeah, I'm high.
People, you know, they just think, but different kinds in there. It is like HIV/AIDS, you know, they're COVID. They don't, you know, we don't send a month of money going to lab and develop it. So at local level, man, they say they think when they can't.
Wait a minute, they use that knowledge and something sober before they go far, but no, na kush business, so they destroy everybody.
They use, you know, and I'm happy for picking. We said that knowledge they come out. So these are the kind of dilemmas we can find yourself in. And that make, you know, a very important for me to do research at all levels, really understand why young people in they take drugs, how they get their ideas in there for think what they kind thing in there. Not just human behavior. I mean, some people you get different schools of thought. They say it is devilish, it is spiritual, you know, all kinds of schools
all kinds, you know.
But from your own perspective, we know it is addiction. And once you don't taste that, I mean, one of the reasons why young people take are mostly in a peer group influence. In fact, now the database where we collect, we don't get over 300. We're on the waiting list for go na the rehab center. 60% of them are dropouts from university. That's also shocking to us. We're not a revelation. So the other batch now, what would they expect? Most of them they come at the ministry because they don't get the awareness. Say there's a rehab center. Now parents, people that would have top positions, then they suffer silently.
Yeah.
People in top positions now then they come forward with their own picking and family for kind of the rehab center.
Yeah, because I see one video with one woman, in Pekin all lost for 2 weeks. He go faint in Pekin. It take inclusive time with the Pekin like all and then a video they say me Pekin all lost this kush business. I don't faint, so literally like what of us and then they even left and go self. So he tied in close with the Pekin just for maybe Pekin try for run safe or anything like that.
That is heartbreaking.
It is heartbreaking. That's the sad part because we see all the videos and because honestly we don't see these salon people all don't begin they come for fetis. So now as we see now it's happen they're outing people. That's not our concern. But the bottom line is we're gonna even know what's real, what's not. But okay, you say it get for be people that were they bien way liquid where they able for. So that's because they're expensive drugs there. So imagine how then they passive. So now they are eating what they eat by road.
Then they ban the import of chemical. Then what are we doing?
Well, we'll wait for that. Law enforcement agencies for playing a part, but they need to put actions in place for deterring chemicals from coming into the country because they are very expensive chemicals, and you really need to get a lot of money
for doing that
for being inside this country.
Yeah,
and kush itself. Economically, is very productive. People have made fortunes from kush. From selling drugs.
Well, if you get markets where addictive like that as well, so they keep coming. You don't even need for worry.
You don't care about the impact on
the community and stuff. It's terrible.
Don't care about that. They make a lot.
This list is so sad.
Now even the one that say they work hard legitimately for the money self. Now all man just a pin all man now. It's like you they do good now. They feel say you do. Yeah, because. Like when you say, it's very it's very lucrative. Money they boku.
Law enforcement agencies probably set a pace. We might set an example. Say so possible. We don't catch you the import chemicals in the country. We don't take certain action like
right.
Yes, an illegal system.
Right.
The judiciary.
Right.
Necessarily for take serious action.
And follow on through as well. Because sometimes, you obviously, you hear these things for whatever the problem we go there in whatever sector. It goes just to a little point. You hear the noise, and then breeze blower. And then
you're right.
Because
look at Tramadol, for example. Tramadol being big at some point. With the and we know it's not Tramadol. Tramadol is supposed to be for heal you from pain. If you get a broken leg, it's a painkiller. How them people are supposed to get this Tramadol? Of course, they go maybe through them pharmacies, them hospitals or whatever, because they're supposed to get access to. Overseas, certain if antibiotics
you can't get that over the counter.
You don't even get that over the counter.
Right.
Simple antibiotics where they go now pharmacy get that for 5,000.
Yeah.
You don't even get over the counter. Imagine then drugs and but it being sold on parts. Of course, Pampers will go understand because not for Pekin and everything else. And then say like we say the flex day, get Molly, so it's a lot. Yeah. But the I think the kush because in little bit cheaper and I get of course they make you hide the most. Now people just don't abuse really, really bad. And they don't even know what's inside there. Because myself now the one that's like so we talk about the wound them. I'm like, how are they each to the wound? So it inside the system and then something we say catch and foot and then the wound it become big.
Immune system, it damage the immune system, it damage the organs.
Yeah. So if any small
wound
we get,
once it don't affect your immune system. Like when somebody get diabetes, it becomes very difficult.
Right.
So, same thing. Me, I admit this up front. I'll tell you from the beginning. I'm totally ignorant when it comes to this. I don't get no clue. Right? Me party and kimona. Me say me na clean face rasta. Me I don't smoke one day. I don't get in. None of that. Me not sabi. You understand? I've never had. Yeah. Well, exactly. So. I don't get send a man they don't ask me or some man they buy weed because then think so you get this. You probably sabi. Who's the pusher? Me not sabi nothing. Me na munku dead.
Now this is it's a dreadlocks thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't have to dress to be a rasta.
No. But I'm gonna talk. Really? So I'm gonna talk to somebody else about this thing. Where same thing. This formalin, the
formalin.
Yes. And I don't know if that's true or not. In your explanation to me, because I'm trying to ask everybody. In say. What normally happen is when they embalm, hopefully, I'm hoping somebody where they out there where they deal with them the embalm part, not the drug, but the embalm. If you know something better than we do, I'm hoping you can enlighten me. But basically, waiting in Nabi's explanation was, he said, then they put obviously we person on die, then they inject this thing into for embalm, for keep the body. So what happens is it drains the water, right? The water you drain it out of you. But waiting for later water they come out, say under this dead person in foot, they actually make an incision, then go cut there, so that the water they drain now gets out of that. Right. And then the body they gets this much water, so it keeps for a long period. Yes. You understand? So now what happens now, imagine, so when person they alive, you take this, that make I was asking you that, because I wonder if whether waiting and tell me so not true or not. When you take that to they're alive now, they do the same work, because that's it for. So it drains this water still. Now the water, side, we can't get side for go, it goes down to your legs. Right?
Yeah.
That's why you see them all they get swell foot, because the water go there. And they say what's in the happen is when obviously sign on they then they get this wound at some point. And then they say when what's in the happen when that they drain and a water no, if you notice, blood not they come out in a water they come on at this wound. And then you understand. So for me, that's what he said that the process done it, that's how it gets to that point. As I say, if somebody there out the way know, maybe this will not make no sense. Let we understand. Please let us know. But so you ever don't read something like this? Say, is that close to the truth or kind of the truth?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I'm not saying for Malina for Mbambody.
Right.
Mbambody, not for the body still long way, the road.
Right.
So definitely, the water. Of course, 70% of the body.
It's what? Yeah, exactly.
So once I don't go out, the bone no absorb, that's it.
Okay. So I know say right now. Dr. Pepper, I know say you now young man at the streets. You must get something for say what you see, what you hear, what you go tell we, small, but what you know.
Well, this is really sickening, as Ed rightly say. Well, Mr. Anso, my own question is that the consumer and the suppliers would have for blame in this situation.
Now the chicken and the egg.
Right. That's what they come for.
But to be very honest, you will the carry that thing we know for kill one somebody, bro. I'm not going to forgive you easily.
Yes.
I'm not going to forgive you. Because say this is dangerous for motorman. They counter. Most times the young people, because they're not the option, when they get access to the internet, then they use that.
Yeah.
We see how young man and they hang all over the streets, they're not getting nothing, but they're not productive. And then can normally say, and I do mine at the devil in workshop. So there are factors and they would go out in the communities. We're not saying that's some of the reason in Dandy. Because if young people are, productively engaged, so no get access to that thing there. But you want to supply. When I say this, not dangerous thing. Why you for supply? Because of money. That's the only reason why.
Greed.
Right.
That's the only reason why. So let me emphasize it. The one who is supply, we don't catch them. Let them do whatever you do with them. Because they need to stop doing that. Because even the rehabilitation center we will get for discharge them. We're going to be worried, if they're not going to relapse. Because if they go by the community, they meet drugs all over.
Exactly. I'm worried. Yeah.
Right. So they supply the routes, then they need for quarter by all means. Right. So when they supply them, I don't say pay money, she's forget to, but not the right way, then the way somebody forget money or make a fortune in life.
Well, from what you don't see, we first tell people, then can say, it is only when a toad in front falls into a pit that those beyond will take caution. So we are calling on all heads of parastatals, governments, community groups, and our youthful population to stay away from kush. Say no to kush, because the fight is everybody's fight.
Thank you.
Say no to kush.
Yeah, because it right.
No.
It's not the food.
Exactly, because like when you talk earlier, back in the days, marijuana, but now then they look and say, it not even make them high anymore. Like they don't pass that level. Like they don't level. Yeah, now the base. I know. Nothing said the Jamba people that even make money now. I'm pretty sure, because because I know after Jamba, then we get the other. I don't forget your name, self. So now and this could just boss. It's like any kind of salon, this is a big problem business. That's what it's big problem business.
First time, if you didn't eat smoke jamba, that smell, it will almost.
All man knows somebody that's smoking out sometimes. Yeah.
But kush,
you don't get smell?
You don't get smell.
Really?
You don't get smell. Kush don't get smell. Then when they smoke as your man go to smoke as you never using a kush to smoke. And it's so slim, But Jamba now get this offensive.
Yes.
They get this offensive smell. You know, so now make mostly mannequin go and then hide out from smoke Jamba and then go hide.
Right.
But this one, man, they go to pass safe. You don't even know.
Smoker. Yeah, they smoke our police.
Oh,
So that's one of the problems.
You know, the sad part is, you know, like where we talk with the guy around, people that are like, mama will give them money there and there. And I got to the point now, I didn't give nobody money because in my mind,
that's what they, now that
yes, in mind, another they think say, this
Why
face
give money
again,
for
this
go to buy
5,000-10,000 a kush.
Yeah.
It can be to say something, not so even that, but I'm so paranoid now because I just feel like I say, okay, me say 10,000 to go help for, you know. And then the crazy part. So I could just pass the normal, like, I shouldn't go look me like, hey, this might be the good money, I need good money again. But I'm sorry, and they make up because I don't know. I know they judge you. I don't know if not Andy, but I just afraid because like what you say, we talk about the thief earlier. It happened because even now, if I just find out one part of my family members the way in West they call me, they grumble and everything else, and I just look the picture like, are you serious? You know, this apostle they asked me for work the other time, so I want for blame on the fact of say that because you not get work, so you not get nothing for do. So they clear all the business money in Peking, so all you to go sell, just for go buy the kush. You understand what I mean? So even then one themselves, they sell, you know, I mean, of course, come from big side, but even this was one day, they're not for the left there. If you're able to catch, and maybe they're able to direct you to the main people then, because now we don't really know who's who. Like I said, at the end of the day, there's so many. It don't become really messy.
Yeah, it don't really, really messy. You know, it don't devastate families. It don't devastate communities because the people that would go with their, you know, with their family to be, you know, for get them registered for the rehab center. You know, they are key. Although would they read from the body language because they do assessment, because social care would do assessment.
Okay.
You know, the family sometimes somebody now one game picky. One mommy you go in grand picky and all the parkush. And you know, the thing very happy. I know some people they just believe say it is spiritual, but the reality is now addiction. Once you don't taste it, for life is very, very difficult. You know, so that make we really try to encourage young people but just keep off drugs.
Yeah.
Completely.
Because where you try most pictures they see pictures on social media before and after.
Yes.
Before and after.
Yes.
Young people.
You know they even recognize
know.
themselves again.
They don't
They
recognize
switch to a totally different person after that.
They don't recognize themselves.
And you know what happened? I get this bubble. Of course, I'm not saying him. We don't issue on social media. We want to talk about this kush. I don't get on time. Next minute, where I see, it puts picture of where them beats are really bad because it affects now the community for stop and the. Then gang up and beats are really it posts up with the wound everything. Yeah, because now that's your own thing. So it be one for for kind of the real talk show, one for kind of talk and everything else. I just say la do research this that the other before it really gets worse. So we don't talk on Messenger. Next means I see post. If you see wound, me self you wonder like waiting. Where I go read the caption? Nadande. And the people then beat them really bad. Now it's not gonna be Messenger. See now we send the message now for say. Look what just happened to me. This, that, because but I'll still continue for fete and everything else. And I'm like,
drop fight now.
It's imagine for their own good.
Yes, drop fight now. Of course, me don't use social media, most times because of this project. But the reality is the reality because we save the young people.
Right. I think really for help una fight and stuff. I hope you guys would una go take and go na the community then. Rather than if you live on just the government level and do it on that. Large, I hope it gets to like you know what I mean, like the people in Dongdin are the gun and then for work with on the
and not for culture. Like when you say somebody, somebody make comments about this woman they post say no to kush. It's so funny. All my comments say the one way small kush on social media. Oh, now go out there exactly what you say. And when I look at it too, I'm like, me if I do say no to kush, but then I'm like, no, I rather go out there and see what I'm able to do because they're not even getting for social media.
Right.
And that's the truth because of the community. Yeah. So when I go for continue back for go and talk to them or like
engagement. Even this forum, I'm so happy for this forum, because this is an opportunity as well for the people to know what's in the go on. Because what is every community, anybody who sells drugs, there's Sabia.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anybody who sells drugs, they know they hide though because you get for seller.
Yes. However,
they're protected in most cases.
With the kush as well. Yeah, because then they use the money.
Right.
And which they can do, then they conceal the sales. So market, some always get market, they sell kush. Some kukru money, they sell kush.
I saw that too.
Yes,
where is this some woman them? Yeah,
really?
Mm-hmm. I see that.
Okada man right Okada, they sell kush.
It gets kush with
them. Yeah, they sell kush with them. Yes.
Because it's profitable.
They get symbols and So until we're able to break that link there, until we're able to break, because it is a big syndicate. It's a very big syndicate. It's a very big syndicate because people anyway they make huge, enormous profits from this. So until we really able to stand firm as a government and as a people for break that syndicate, for scatter that syndicate, you know, if not, it could be really tough. So it's a war.
It's real.
It is a war. I mean, I hope to, you know, like within Liberia do, you know, the government also, you know, declare an emergency or something.
Yeah,
I don't even know. I think that they need to really,
because you need for strangle wherever the supply day. You understand? Because waiting down there inside this country now and all that stuff, it don't there already. I should say, you know, eventually it go down.
Right.
If you strangle the side way they come and all the chemicals and all that stuff,
sauce.
you want the sauce. Then the one the way they are,
because by road through the key,
I understand. And they make sure say you lock all that thing, and they really lock it. Because that's the sad part, though, right? Because even you know how it is. Even when people the thing sorry so and the sorry and the other people and the way they make money. So I hope say this is not a thing where like when a good work when I do so now. The law enforcement people or whoever na the agency then we're supposed to help una now. I hope they don't use that as an opportunity for let them make money now.
I see video them in a uniform.
They were supposed to team up na the board. Not saying I didn't at the board.
Then
suddenly now, then you know, then it becomes salon sometimes, man.
That's the thing. Because they would just give them money and dash and pass.
Exactly. And then so then it becomes, you know, so we really need like really honest people and we ready for say this. We all because this thing, man. Listen, we're parents,
right?
You understand? Dog, you need pickle. You understand? You know the pick say, oh, you know, you fine, you this, now you tall, you get money, now this. You understand? You picking go just grab, say, like experiments, especially as bad as this thing did. You understand?
Peer pressure. Because, because they chill with people that are on my high. Okay, let me have taste.
Exactly.
They become addictive.
Drugs, especially at that age, they are, you know, late teens now to, you know, early 20s and stuff. You then at college, you then this, you want to experiment with stuff. A lot of people are know about waiting and this. Now that point stay, you understand? You then have party, now they waiting this, that we did, but you said just jack one, this, that. But most of it, it's okay because you do that 110 day. It's done. You don't know it. It's like you party, the party you don't. But this one, that one jack, jack, that's what gets you hooked. Then you never come out again. You understand? And so it's not even worth the experimentation at all.
No, not at all.
You know what I mean? It's like this. It's
say no to kush, man.
I'm telling you, it's terrible.
And all the other drugs, because also you just like that. Like you said, they mix up, box up everything. Then plus the bitter cola. Now you know, add now this little more. Nobody be business about drugs. I know about bitter cola, but then they just say mix up, box up. So imagine you don't take that day. Then you got bitter cola pan tap. Then you got little more pan tap.
But you get a cocoa samba, you get a
no cocoa samba. You know, so the one when I for do. Answer man, I'm gonna give it to you. So
whenever you know, when they take you understand for increasing potency. You know, I don't know what's inside.
Well, I think that the bad part about what's on inside. You understand? How much of it do you take?
That's the point.
They don't know. They just take it.
Prescription, they say, okay, you know, take this much or that much or this much or this much.
For how many hours?
So these are the substances. Let me know drug and substance abuse.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
You know about that,
no. I don't hear you about, you know.
Imagine, you reach that point now, this now for let you be go.
So Ed, something happened a bit around society. So I meet up a scene where some of the people they don't actually smoke the kush, they don't get drunk. So they stagger. I see people lengthening up. I say, what's happened? I mean, Paddy say, I don't go watch. So when we go watch, we see the bubble there, they fet. So somebody be the pass with water per rubber, avoiding, and the bubble go jump the water, begin to drink. So like, I be surprised. I say, drink. Now he come go jump the water na yan. I say, me man, if you say I want to need water, we all need water. But actually, this thing not funny. Not funny.
But why young man? Of course, you know, say you must get the humor part of it. Why young man? You know, and I see they watch telly. They don't take me kush. And I see they watch. Then they score. And they are like, go. I say, they say your face look familiar, eh?
No, seriously.
Oh my God.
It's crazy.
Imagine.
Familiar.
Yeah, you say not possible.
Nah, this is serious.
It is
crazy.
Very serious.
Anyway, this talk, I trust this talk not a done thing.
No,
man.
no.
We're going to carry on the effects for a long period. So anyway, for just round up now, let's have last words before we go. Dr. Pepper, you want to give me really quick. What's your last word?
As we people like you say, the youth then are the foundation of every nation. Mm-hmm. But the Yoruba people like you always say, Agbata Kimbe Yoju, meaning water size stone, not a free drain. we the youth them, we don't get so many ups and downs, but yet still, we don't tend to be resistant. So this fact, not one person fact, and it's not only about statistics, rules and regulations, it's about our communities, protecting our future generations and everyone. Please stay away from kush. Keep your wits about you. If you have a dream, go for it and stay motivated. Alright?
Nice one.
Yeah.
Me, straight up, I mean, kush not good. You know, una they see una brother them, una sister them, how then they suffer. I mean, not really nice. Una the brand come and no say we all add up, we all want money. But at the end of the day, you get for think about you brother and sister them. We need for move. And salon, why make way cancel we? Now the bad things are not what they push. If not get any sense, they also for the put all the chemical they also together. If not they try for do something, we will go for. I know say things not easy because most of the complaints are because they're not getting nothing for do, job no day, this and that. Like once they talk, most of them are dropouts because maybe they're not able to continue their school fee. You know, mental health is real. Of course, all the problems and they not go for solve. Let me just see how we able to support one another. You know, you see young man in the streets, get something for eat something at the end of the day because you cushion it's just bad. Do I mean a big at the big? Like how Dr. Pepper say, yeah, we all fet. This one we all get for feta. Because at the end of the day, I mean, we want that we use and go and be somebody. So say no to kush, stay away from drugs. I know say not easy if you don't be addicted to but try. And now with the rehab center, go for Mr. Conrad. Because they really try for sweets and go do. Government's all really coming on this. And we all, because even Tukumi Foundation said we all try for FETAM. So, stay away from drugs. Please, me not big at the big.
And so,
wow. Yeah,
your last word.
Yeah, Mr. Johan, I thank you. For even creating this forum for talk about this because this is now a national team that will affect everybody. So I just glad for this national conversation. All the time we say for their partners and come on board and support government because this now all man fet, kush fet now all man fet. But to young people, keep up drugs. Kush not for food. We avoid totally. We not even say may try them. Once you taste them, you don't create problem for yourself.
No, we left
so avoid completely. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. All right, so my own last word basically don't touch on almost everything already. So now the same thing, we said we just piggyback and just drum the same thing. Let we just stay away. Abstinence are the best for this one. Not so this one where you go say go try no more and see what's in the happen and just enjoy today. Stay away. Really, stay away. In order to make you any cooler or less cool because of drugs. Trust me, you don't need that. You understand? You don't need that. As I be plenty cool people and we don't ever take drugs. You really don't need that. And really, when you think about that, right? No one person in this world ever, any sign of the world where they don't show me say, see this guy way cool and way waiting so now drugs now me they take now make it cool. So now lie. Any drug we take now are lucky, they are lucky. All man way they take drugs now this world. You understand? They end that way. They not get no other ending. So we all the appeal and government as well and all the people that they help. We say thank you for the government for the initiative them and all this hard work. We all go help. Let we all help as a community. This whole these are the Salon family, not even community. Say community exactly. Look big too much. Family. This are Salon family now. We all this thing don't affect so let we all put our hands together and help out. Okay, take care of yourself and each other. Till next time, peace.